Welcome to the GPK boys. I'm Rory McQueen.
And I'm Ryan Kazera. And today, I think you guys could probably tell who our guest is. We've got one Mr. Rory McQueen. You're going to want to stay tuned throughout the episode because in a bit, Rory's actually going to debut an exclusive look at the next Get a Grip skateboard deck. He's done quite a bit, as you guys probably know. The Get a Grip skateboards are all him, all the artwork on there. The other thing that I absolutely love from Rory was, probably a lot of you guys have this, but it is the skateboard set that he did right here. And I'm going to tell you guys, this Beastie Boy card is probably one of my favorite cards going. The artwork is absolutely tremendous on here. So Rory, can't thank you enough for being on. How's it going?
Wow, thank you. Quite the intro. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Buzz coming on here with you guys today. Yeah, thanks for the love. Glad you like the decks and the cards. Going to jump straight in on that and say that there's the second series of that skateboard sticker set is coming out very soon.
Awesome. Way to break it on here with us. We love to hear that. So Rory, take us through the beginning here. So tell us how you got started as a GPK artist. Like, how did it happen and what led up to it?
Like, first and foremost, I'm a massive GPK fan. Always have been a collector. Series 1 in 86 over here. Collected all my life and it stuck with me. The art stuck with me. And I think it was kind of like I was working for a company. This is a while back. I can't tell you the right year, but I was working for a company and I was jumping online and searching, and I was always on eBay buying bits and pieces and topping up my US sets and stuff like that. And then there was the GPK website where you could kind of build this garbage pail kid, and that kind of reignited it a little bit for me. And then I suppose it was finding the groups on Facebook. Yeah, posted up some really, really quick kind of sketches that I thought people might like, and they did. And yeah, it was like that first night I put some stuff up and my phone was just like ding, ding, ding all the way through the night. Oh, could you do this? Could you do that? It was just cool. It's such a cool community. I love the community. GPK community is it's just an anomaly. There's nothing like it. Yeah, I've made really good friends. It's just great. So yeah, that's how it happened. And yeah, it took off quite quickly from them. I was doing loads of commissions, making pals on like over in the States and swapping stuff, trading bits and pieces. Have you got this? Yep, got that. Yeah, send you that. Whip, whip, whip. And yeah, and then so I was just pumping out sketches for people, and Jeff Zapata did a post about me, which was just like brilliant at the time. I was buzzing. Yeah, that was when I was like, I'm going to send some stuff into Tops. And really, the rest is history. Colin Wharton was the art director. He had a look at my stuff and said, can you do Wacky Packages 50th? Started that, and then it was Battle of the Bands. And onwards. Yeah, so totally dope. Shout to Jeff for giving that shout out, because that was off his own back and it was appreciated.
Yeah, Rory, I don't know if you've seen the Jeff episodes that we did, but we spent quite a bit of time with him, and obviously he's a friend of the show. So just a stellar guy, and again, to hear that you guys had that connection in the past is phenomenal. That he kind of pumped you up and kind of got you started with Tops, which is obviously just really cool. So let me ask you this: how long ago was it that you really started back in?
This is the interesting thing about Garbage Pail Kids. I think that this stuff is kind of indelible. It's indelible. It's stayed with everyone, and yeah, it might have gone away. You might have kind of had your teens and adulthood. You might have even had kids or whatever all your whole life, but you've kind of had these in your head, and they're important, really important. So it's not really answered your question, but what I mean is it's not gone away, but there's that kind of little reignition, like you're saying, that kind of pops up and makes you get oh wow, like I've got to get some more of these. Or you see this all the time in all the groups. People are like, I've just gone in the loft and whoa, this is just nostalgia blast. Like, what's going on? And then they turn into really good collectors and, you know, essential members of the community. So I was kind of picking bits off of eBay throughout, like afterwards, because it was dead over here. There was no such thing. So it was like eBay was kind of like this little form of getting it, you know. But I suppose it was the mystery minis. I was in Florida and I was in a comic shop and I saw the mystery minis. I bought them and I was like, Oh my God. Yeah. And that was when I was like, right, there must be a Facebook group for Garbage Pail Kids. Like, I can't be the only adult that wants to look at these images, but yeah, there was a great community going on, and I was late to the game so I had to catch up quick.
Who is your favorite character? And give us a little bit of a background on why that character is your favorite character.
Yeah, it's a tough question, because obviously the plethora of different kind of characters and subjects that there are. I mean, I've got a simple answer for you, and that's Spacey Stacey. She's just dope. She's a great character. She's got all these eyes, multiple limbs and appendages, and that tongue. Her colors obviously are amazing, and it's just that pink gingham dress that just tops it off. It's that brings it back down to the set, because she could have been quite easily just an alien, and it's quite a left field like character for me to choose, because she's quite safe, right? I normally tend to really like the gory kind of proper gross out stuff. Gutsy Gabriel is a notable card, the kid that's literally puking up his entire contents of his whole body, and that's forming an actual Garbage Pail Kid.
Who is your favorite character to draw?
I like drawing Junk Food John, Ray Decay. I like drawing Toothy Ruthie. Mostly the gross stuff, because I suppose that keeps me entertained. Adam Bomb, maybe not so much.
Huh? Again, even when you look at your board, there's a lot of crazy colors on here. Looking at Dead Ted, the color you used on that is just phenomenal. That green is just, out of this world. And I would tell you too, when I look at all your boards, this one by far is my favorite. I mean, the gang over here, the detail that's in here, the way you fit everything all together on here is again, I think just absolutely phenomenal. So this guy will be hanging up on my wall soon. Was this your favorite one to do out of all the boards, would you say?
Do you know what? It's Semicolon was really good. Like, such a genius. And I'm glad that Get a Grip went with the kind of double deck idea. But I think I do love Guts.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of, I was trying to kind of capture the feeling of the original painting. Yeah, it kind of wanted it to kind of look a little bit realism, but cartoony. So I was playing around with it, so you can see like the wheels are inside and the guts look quite physical, and it was a kind of bit more depth to it. But I think that the style of Squad Goals is more of a true skate style design, and I think that it works.
Rory, what else do you collect? What are you into collecting above and beyond Garbage Pail Kids?
I've got a good collection of Nintendo Game & Watches. I don't know if you remember those.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love those. Again, it's do you know what? It's anything that gives me a little blast of nostalgia and that kind of little spike, then I kind of normally have to start hoarding that, and that's a psychological problem, isn't it? That we need therapy. Maybe that is our therapy, isn't it? That kind of like let's get back that feeling of being 8, 9, 10 or younger, whatever.
So nowadays it seems like you're doing a lot of different Garbage Pail Kids projects all over the place. Can you tell us about the recent projects you've been working on or that you're involved in?
I'm not allowed. I'm not sure whether I'm meant to say this, but there should be a Skateboard Stickers Series 2 out in the next couple of months. So that's going to run in the same vein as the first one. So those kind of colors and the lines that I use. I do quite a lot of projects for R2 Collectibles, and they're a digital collectible company. They produce and publish NFTs on the Wax blockchain. They're an interesting company because they've taken that kind of love for collecting physical cards for the art, and they're applying that to NFTs. And they've done some really, really interesting stuff. So I did Monsters of Rap and Monsters of Rap 2, which is kind of like this parody of kind of hip hop rap meets, horror. Cartoons, which was a parody of all of, the breakfast cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons, which everyone loves. And I've just finished up on a Stan Lee set which was really interesting. So Stan Lee's Bad Days. So yeah, we was playing around with those guys, those superheroes was quite interesting, especially as I was able to put my own spin on it.
Rory, that Stan Lee set, is that going to be an NFT set or a physical set?
Yeah, that's an NFT set. In fact, I worked on it with Simone Arena. So he's produced actually half of the artwork, and also another artist called Mr. Mosaics. He's produced another tier to the collection as well. So it's a really, really beautiful set. My art and Simone's kind of really kind of are different. So it looks wonderful. And then you've got Mr. Mosaics with these kind of like 8-bit mosaic tile artwork. It's really good. Yeah, it's taken on like that kind of the Marvel world and Stan Lee's kind of characters, but in our own way, and getting free reign with it. That was good fun. But yeah, so that's an NFT set for our 2 collectibles.
That's nice because, again, we're getting so many delays, obviously, with some of the Garbage Pail Kids products that are coming out. I think people are getting a little itchy to look for other things at this point. You know, it's been backed up and backed up and backed up. And I get it. And again, obviously, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now that are keeping us from being able to do that. But I just miss the feeling of ripping open packs with my kids and oohing and eyeing over what that is, you know, whether it's vacation or, by the way, did you do anything on vacation at all, Rory?
Yeah, so I did a hell of a lot of sketch cards, and it seems like forever ago that they were completed. And do you know what? I know that the sketch card artists are really frustrated. The final artists are, of course, frustrated because they want their work out there and the packs to do well. And of course, the collectors are completely and utterly frustrated. But it's one of these things where it's not actually anyone's fault. It's just this kind of backup that's come from the pandemic, and it's a pain in the ass, but it's something that we just got to kind of be patient about, and fingers crossed it will just kind of cross the line sooner than rather than later, you know.
You use a lot of different things like stencils, spray paint, so on and so forth. Where do you get the inspiration for the things that you do?
I'm an artist. I'm a creative. So for me, like, the process is the fun part. Getting messy, making mistakes, and you know that's it. And I think that when you're a sketch card artist, and you're putting your love into these sets, each and every set. For me, it got to a point where I felt like I didn't want to just keep churning out the same style and the same things. I wanted to kind of push what a sketch card could be. I'm not trying to break the world and say that I'm kind of, you know, really push boundaries or change the sketch card game, because that's not what I'm saying. It was for me. So it's kind of using stencils was a bit more fun for me, and it created a bit more of a kind of it's just a diverse body of work, which is what, you know, that's what I strive for as an artist. You know, I don't want to be kind of pigeonholed into painting or stencils or digital art and stuff like that. I like to just create, you know.
Looking at the popularity of Garbage Pail Kids right now, and I think it's at an all-time high. We're seeing a lot of different releases, figures, so on and so forth. You know, they're working with a lot of third-party companies that are doing a lot of non-traditional Garbage Pail Kids type things. Let me ask you, what kind of brands would you like to see take on the GPK universe?
I'm sure that you guys have got the Lego minifigures out there.
Yep.
Yeah, blind bags, and that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Like a Lego Garbage Pail Kids would be a good one. I think that would be an irresistible buy. I think that we've always missed a good computer game or video game, something like that, you know. Shout out to the video games that are out there, no disrespect, but I haven't yet to play a very good Garbage Pail Kid game. That might be good. We might want to scrap that bit. Yeah, and also maybe like trainer collabs. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? If there was like a real kind of limited Nike drop or something like that. It's always nice when you get these kind of companies that are kind of a little bit left field that want to play around with Garbage Pail Kids, because I think that works. And the edgier that product is, the better it is for the collector, because that's why we like Garbage Pail Kids. We don't like Garbage Pail Kids because it's nice. So when it goes on to cool, edgy stuff, that's when it really works for me.
Yeah, I agree. Again, we've seen it, with Mad Balls. We've seen it with WWE kind of branding those sets together. Again, the more we see, the better off it is. But and again, not to beat a dead horse, though, Rory, skateboards for me was that number one. And it really quenched my palate, if you will, when they dropped that skateboard set. And then we got the wheels. And now it's like, I can't wait to hear what skateboard's coming out next. And in fact, Mike's probably annoyed by it, but I constantly ask him if I'm not on the boards on Facebook, have we gotten any information? When's the next one dropping? But you guys have done a great job of continually dropping them, in a timely fashion. So we're getting them, you know what I mean? And it's not like too soon or waiting too long. So you guys have done a really good job with the release dates on those for sure.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks so much. Again, appreciate it. And it's an absolute pleasure to produce art for these decks. Santa Cruz did an amazing job with the decks, but I think they're an established company. Sure. And they use the Adamom image, and the decks were beautiful. I've got them all, but I think that kind of Get a Grip have allowed themselves to push it a lot more and go that kind of create that kind of bit more of an edgy culture for themselves. They've got a kind of edge to them. And it's quite nice to have an influential direction on where that goes, especially as kind of my main thing would be like, what would I want? What would I like to buy and see? So apologies if you don't like that, because it's partially my fault. But yeah, I like where they're allowing themselves to go.
I think you got something that you want to be able to show us today that you're going to reveal.
So it'd be lovely if I was to reveal in some of my art, but I'm revealing I got sent these through, where are we? 2 days ago. And this is their next drop, which is for the heritage. So they've got like a heritage kind of drop, which is coming and alternating between my art and whatever. So this is the next heritage drop. And it's a beautiful thing. I'll just get straight to it. But I mean, straight away.
Wow.
We know. What's nice about
gorgeous.
It's actually the largest. You can see John Pound's like brush strokes in this. So it's quite nice to see this big, because we're so used to seeing it card size. So this is kind of a bit of a banger, I must admit. And there are some chase decks that run with this. I'm hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'm not sure if my lighting is that great, but so we've got kind of like,
oh wow, I absolutely love that with the detail on the moon and everything. That looks absolutely phenomenal.
A little bit there. There's 3 chases. I think that one of the things that the people were saying that they wanted to have more chase, because there was only kind of one chase. So that one's got the teal and the pink. And then there's kind of like one just looks like a bit of a zombie green one.
Wow, that one is, I love that one. Probably my favorite out of the 4 you just showed.
That one's pretty good. I think I like the one with the teal sky. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that the Series 2 wheels, because I know that's a bit of a problem for everyone, but there we go.
Oh, okay. Wow, look at that one. We're getting a kind of a little bit of a peek at it right now. Obviously, Series 3 came out before. Series 3 came out before.
Is there a Spacey Stacy?
There might be, Mike.
Oh, come on. You got to share the goods.
There might be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and that's green and pink. I love the colors on it.
I'm sold. I'm buying a case.
The colors look different. The colors look a bit different on the screen, but.
Yeah, hopefully we get that soon. Again, if you guys didn't know, the Series 3 came out before the Series 2 because of a shipment issue where, again, apparently they were delayed or lost or something along those lines. So the wheels are obviously very awesome. And Rory, you did all the wheels, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, they're fantastic. The artwork, the way they fit on the wheels, getting some of the chase wheels and everything else. So I know for myself, every time that they've released at least the first 2 so far, I bought a bunch of them. And I know actually Mike, who is our producer, obviously, has bought several hundred cases at this point in time. So he's got almost every wheel made at this point.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. I mean, again, it's just that kind of, it's this beautiful object, right?
Yeah,
So obviously it works. It's hardware, it's skate hardware. But at the same extent, it's just this really tangible item that you can pick up and play with. And obviously the art's on there. That just takes me right back to, all of the wheels in skate shops on people's skates and stuff like that. So again, it's just that kind of perfect marriage of two things at that time that are now meeting up again, like Garbage Pail Kids and skate culture just works.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm really glad you like them, and yeah, hopefully there might even be a series 4 for the wheels. We'll see.
Let's change gears a little bit here. I want to talk about the crack fracture. So if everybody out there doesn't know what it is, if you don't mind, Rory, can you give us a little bit of a background on it and how did it come to be?
I mean, I know I mentioned earlier about processes and things like that. So it's kind of just natural for me to fuck things up as an artist and try and kind of, I'm a big fan of kind of deconstructing things and then put them back together, and whether or not it looks better or not, who cares? It's that process. And I was wondering how chrome kind of like was made up. And it's kind of made with several layers. I don't know if you probably haven't, but if you've sliced them open and tried to peel them apart, it's kind of like this kind of beautiful plastic. Then the art's there, and then there was like this like a sheet of metal in there, and so I was kind of doing different things. I was kind of trying to melt them, trying to heat them up and slice them, trying to slice them sideways and peel them open, see what happened there, if I could overlay, and then I put them in a microwave. And there was that spark, and I was like, whoa, hang on, I better take that out. That's not the greatest idea. And I saw this thing, and it was so funny because I put it on the groups. I was like, guys, listen, seriously, I'm not joking. Get a chrome and put it in the microwave for 2 seconds. And I swear to God, it was like literally the whole of America were microwaving chrome cards for 1 second showing their stuff. It was so funny, so good, but it was quite interesting, right? What an amazing outcome. Who'd have thought it?
Yeah, the crackle effect, it gives it really just as cool looking. And if you're like everybody else, you bought a case of chrome, you've got so many doubles of everything, it's like, all right, let's do this. So that's the instructions, right? Take a chrome card, put it in the microwave, 2 seconds, and see what you kind of get out of it.
Depends, I've tried it in a few microwaves now. You've got, there's different heat settings. So, I wouldn't recommend anyone to do this actually at this point with the price of all chrome cards. But the minute you put it in there, the minute you see that first spark, that's when you stop it. And that's when you get a beautiful crack fracture.
Yeah, beautiful. Rory, is there anything else that you kind of want to add, things that you want to talk about? I know you went over, projects that you're kind of working on right now. Is there anything you want to add to anything that we've talked about up to this point?
I don't know. I think I'd like to just basically thank you guys for having me on. That was a big surprise. I normally keep myself quite low key, but I suppose it's a good opportunity to give a shout out, whether or not they've sat through my boring voice for this long, but to give the community a big shout out, because I think that's what makes this run, this tick.
Absolutely.
And and it's guys like you that are kind of doing this new flavor and putting this out there and getting new audiences and keeping it rolling. So yeah, you guys, the artists, the community, this kind of that's the thing that needs to be nurtured. And so one love, peace and love. Yeah. Snot, pus, Holy Trinity.
I love it. Rory, at some point in time, we'll have to have you make us a GPK Boys card. That's something we haven't done yet, is a GPK Boys card. Idea. So yeah, we could definitely do something up.
Are you going to GrossCon this year?
We are. We will be there.
See you there then.
That's awesome. We will definitely be looking forward to it. Kind of working out some of the details now as, we get a little bit more information coming in on it.
Just a quick question. Are the pants going to be for sale at GrossCon?
Mike, you want to answer that one?
Oh yeah. And I'll be wearing them, so you can buy them off my back. So
I'm only buying used ones.
I love it. I love it. Well, Rory, thanks again so much. We really appreciate your time today. And again, absolutely a pleasure to be able to talk to you and get an idea on some of the things that are going on.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Oh, hang on a minute.
Dad, how did you go charger for my iPad?
Bro, can you do me a big favour and then I'll give you whatever you want, right?
I need a charger.
Oh, I know you need a charger, but listen, just for 2 seconds, say, I'm Rory McQueen and this is the GPK boys. You ready?
Yeah, I'm Rory McQueen and I'm James Boyd.
No, go on, no, seriously, right, ready?
I'm James Boyd.
Just say you love Garbage Pail Kids.
I love Garbage Pail Kids.